thing. Um, so tell me the story, Danny. What seems to be happening?
Well, um, story time. Um, uh, I was heading to I had the intention of going to a retreat, and I was not able to accomplish that. So the
Okay.
opportunity came, and I've been wanting to have a session with you for the longest time.
Oh, thank you.
So this is the first time I had the opportunity. I was shocked. I'm like, okay, okay, let's go. So great. I see your YouTubes. I see when you go live, and I'm a truck driver, so I see all of that. And so I usually don't know where to begin. But
No
uh,
worries.
but I guess I could start with some. I've been having some trouble with anxiety itself,
Okay.
and so it propels me. All the suffering propels me to seek more, to look more
Yeah.
for like you.
Yeah.
I start hearing more non-duality, and whatever teacher resonates for me, I start listening to it, and I try to dive as much as I can. And
Yeah.
so I mean, there's I understand that you can't understand this. So but there's no shift here. It's saying like, okay, I there as Emerson, he can see things as how they are.
Yeah.
And here it's like there's no, it's not that yet.
Yeah. So what you just said there is just a narrative that there is an Emerson here that sees things as they are. Um, so the narrative is expressing a narrative about a narrative. So this is a narrative as well here. This is a story, and that's also a story. And all of these stories is a collection of thoughts that comprises this story. It's a multiple story about something. And but what's being expressed here is that there is really no difference from what's being seen there. What's being seen there is just the same emptiness that is seen here. But the emptiness is being labeled as this or that, as anxiety, as separation, as Daniel Vargas, all of this stuff that it creates this identity or this mislabeling of what is always emptiness. So, for example, you wake up in the morning and there's this freshness to everything before you can, like, oh, I have to get coffee, I have to get dressed, I'm late, or I have to drive a truck or whatever. There's this empty space. This empty space is kind of like the reset, although there's nothing to reset. I'm just using a storyline here, right? So
Yes.
there's empty space is always present in everything. It's present right now. It's present when you sleep. It's present when you're suffering. It's present when you have anxiety. It's present without anxiety. So that present appearance or presence, it's emptiness. So emptiness is always present in everything, and you don't need to have a shift to see that, because this is not about a shift. Just a shift in perspective. Seemingly everything that you see that you label as things or as dualistic, whatever, is not what they seem. It's kind of like that plot twist in a movie that there's a moment that you realize that, oh my goodness, this is just a dream. So all of the words that you're using are dream words. It's a dream language. It's a dream understanding. So everything that you can come up with right now is like a nighttime dream, and nothing here is real, but it feels absolutely real, like a nighttime dream. And
Yeah.
and in that dream, there's a Daniel that has anxiety, kind of like you might want to call it like a recurring nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Like there's an anxiety happening, but
Yeah.
that's just a nightmare. It's not real, because when you wake up and there's gaps in between, you don't have this crippling anxiety permanent, right? There is some gaps in between. That's when you seemingly see that there's nothing happening, but the illusion is quick to say that, oh, you don't even notice that, because you notice what you don't want. You
Yeah.
notice the anxiety, you notice the suffering, but you don't seem to notice just the air flowing, when there's nothing happening, when you're about to fall asleep, that peacefulness that happens before you go to sleep, or when you wake up in the morning. But because the illusion is to maintain this reality as real, everything that you're perceiving, or everything that it perceives, meaning everything that Daniel sees, hears, smell, think, feel, is an illusion. It's not real.
So it's not okay.
It's not about understanding it, right?
No.
You're trying to understand it.
It's just something like, okay, something wants to like, how do I perceive it as what is? It's like the gap is opening and it's getting a little bit clear.
Yeah.
And then later on, it's just like, what? It's just,
so the gap and the noise, let's just call it a noise, is the same emptiness. So whatever is shrouding it or hiding it is also emptiness. So all of your thoughts, all of your ideas is emptiness that's appearing like a dream. So let's just say it. Let's just cut all this language. This is emptiness speaking to emptiness over there. Since there's no over here and there's no over there, this is all emptiness. And the emptiness that you can't imagine it, because this emptiness is talking, this emptiness is moving, this emptiness, seems like a character, but it's not. So in the dream, there's this emptiness that's dreaming all of this stuff, but it's not you. It's not an idea of who you are. It's beyond your ideas. It's beyond your comprehension. It's beyond your belief. Let's just even go a little bit further. I'll just use language that I don't usually use. It's the unknowable God that is appearing as you. You are basically the unknowable God. Listening to this is the unknowable God speaking to itself. It's basically saying, come on, man, wake up. But there's no one to wake up, right? It's just
right.
all aliveness already. This is all aliveness, right? So this is basically like paradise. But the paradise, not what you read in books or not what you think of it. Paradise appearing as something so real, so you can smell it, you can touch it. There's this sensations, there's feelings. There seems to be others, but there's no others. There seems to be a day and night, but there's no day and night. There seems to be gravity, but there's no gravity. So there's this made up place that is really just love experiencing itself as separate.
So whenever
God experiencing itself as a separate individual. So go ahead.
So what happens here is sometimes I just I just looking around at things without putting any names, and then there's a shift happening.
That's it.
And it's happening more often.
Yeah, it's always like that. You don't even have to look for this shift, because it appears as a shift. It also appears as a non-shift. So there's no shift really. There's just this. So what this is a stillness and a moving picture. You know what I'm saying? But what it is stillness. So God or emptiness or blank or void is still. And then there's swirling illusions of colors and smells and sights and sounds and drama and feelings, and feeling of anxiety is even it. Feeling of relief. It is basically experiencing duality so I can experience paradise.
So when I look at something, for me, when the shift happens, or when the clear vision happens, it looks extremely dreamy.
It is. It's always dreamy. It's always dreamy. But we get caught up. There's an illusion of inward and outward, right? So when we're caught up in our thoughts and everything, then we're not really seeing the dreaminess of this. So here, although there's no one here, there is no one inside and outside anymore. It just sees everything as dreamy. If you notice my video, I laugh a lot because it's just it's just silly.
So you there's no sense of location with you.
No. What's location? It's just a word.
So it's just an idea that I have that
Yeah.
How's that? I try to look inward and see.
There's no inward. There's no inward. That's another illusion. You're not really doing anything. You're being done. Everything is moving through you. Everything it's like nothingness or emptiness is animating you.
Oh.
But you think that you have, emptiness is looking through your eyes, emptiness is breathing through you, emptiness is experiencing duality through you. But you are an illusion. So emptiness doesn't have any opposites. So for it to experience opposites and love and hate and fear and anxiety and freedom, it has to experience duality. It can only do that in a dream. So you're the dream of emptiness appearing as Daniel, as Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically it. It's really simple. You don't need to meditate. You don't need to focus on it. It's just that it's like this is a temporal vessel or an illusion. You're like a role-playing game character of emptiness.
Okay, so
so basically not Daniel, but what you are, which is not Daniel, is infinity itself. It's hiding in this idea of this, Daniel with like 7.5 other billion people, but there's no Daniel and there's no 7.5 billion people. It's just emptiness playing by itself. Yeah. But this Daniel realness feels absolutely real, and that will not, it's not about losing the realness of it, because that's the illusion that that you drive in a truck, you eat food, you taste food, because that's duality. You will never be able to taste again or see again or hear again without the illusion of duality. So it's experiencing life as it is. But since you don't have any free will or choice, there's an illusion that you're running the show, but you're not running the show. No one is running the show. This is an expression of the emptiness, God, the unknowable God, as not God as you know it, but the everything that you see is God. Everything that you can think about is God. Everything that you talk about is God. Everything that you breathe is God. Everything that you taste. So there's no separation really. It's just an illusion or a spell that you're able to taste food sweetly or sourly, or you're even able to hear sound. This is 99.99% empty space. That's also 99.99 empty space. So how is this possible that we seem like solid objects? It's an illusion.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's gonna feel real. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna feel real. It's gonna feel absolutely real. But there's no end to this. Meaning that what you are is endless. It's not gonna die. You will never witness your own death because that's an illusion. This is an illusion right now.
So okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So so the emotions for me are what seems the most real. So I know that I react towards whatever emotion comes in.
Yeah.
So would you be able to speak further from there?
Yeah. Emotions are not what you are. They're appearances.
Okay.
They're appearances. They're like when you're having a dream at night. Sometimes it feels sad, sometimes it feels happy. It's emptiness experiencing itself as an expression of sadness, as an expression of happiness. It's this wondrous appearances. It's all aliveness. It's to feel alive. This
So
is what it's like to be alive.
it just feels like I am feeling this emotion, whether it's anxiety or sadness or
Yeah.
it's hurt me. So that
Oh
me,
yeah. But again, you know what? The illusion is going to feel absolutely real. It's going to be me centric. It's going to be I based, right? But the I and the me is an illusion. So anxiety happens like the cloud. Sometimes it's dark, like it rains, like a storm, but you're feeling it internally, but there's really no internal and external. Those are just illusions. It's the same, but you don't pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't get sad when it's like raining outside, but you seem to get sad when it's raining inside. They're the
yeah.
same. It passes. It passes. I had, I think you, how many videos have you listened of my videos?
I'm usually how many videos? I would say like around 15.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if
Okay.
you've heard my story. I had anxiety, severe, I had panic attacks.
Oh,
I was suicidal for like a year, I think. And then for 30 days, I went to the beach to try to drown myself, you know, because I don't know how to swim. Um, and I was seeking for liberation, liberation, liberation. When I saw that that's just a story, that anxiety is a story, I did seek help, you know what I'm saying? You know, in mental health and everything, and that helped. But when I saw that I was not doing any of this, that this is just emptiness running itself, then I was like, holy shit, I'm not really driving this bus. So there's a relaxation that happened, and I don't escape anymore. So anxiety usually happens is when there's a feeling about a fear about the future.
yes.
Yeah. But when you say there's no future, that there's only this. And this, sorry,
Would you give me a second? My dog is like really
no
persistent.
problem. No problem.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay.
No worries. I have a doggy too, so I understand.
Yeah. Where was I? Okay.
So there's nothing wrong or right about anxiety. It's just like it's like, you know, when you're watching a movie, there's a soundtrack that's scary.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, like when something is like, especially horror movies, when something's about to jump scare you or something, you know, there's
Yes.
this like a tension, but it passes. I don't know if you've noticed that. It always passes.
Yeah, it passes.
It
Yeah.
passes. So when it passes, it's like a hiccup, or it's like an allergy, right? But the persistent illusion that this is happening to me, you don't think about that when you get allergic reaction to your body. You know, it just passes, or like a bite mark. But somehow when it's anxiety, there's a story that's being created and everything, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the way that I saw through that there's no future, there's no past. So everything that coming up is just like a soundtrack. Anxiety is just like a soundtrack of something, and there's really nothing scary about this. It's just a play. It's just a play. I learned I haven't had any attacks in four 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah. But there was a lot of suffering before that. You know what I'm saying? I was like suicidal and everything, right? So I can smile about that now. But um, so what if there's anxiety? It passes. That's also emptiness. It's not about getting rid of it. It's just seeing that that's also what is. What is appearing is what is. That's that's God appearing as anxiety. That's emptiness appearing as anxiety. It's playing by itself. Yeah, go ahead.
It seems like you have this like this super like clear as water understanding of the vessel, of what happens here. Or
I don't really have any understanding. This is just coming out automatically,
oh,
right?
that's right. That's right, because
Yeah.
there's no
It's the same over there too. It's the
so
same
there's
over
no
there.
one. So right now I'm moving, I'm telling you things, but there's no one. There's a belief that I might be saying these things, but there's no one here.
Yes. Yes. It's just that belief that is hard to let go. And the belief can remain there, you know what I'm saying? But when it shook up a little bit, so all that's being expressed here, that that believer is not real. Because that believer, when you go to sleep at night, collapses. And in your deep sleep, there's no belief at all. And that's probably the most peaceful that you'll have, is
Yes.
that deep sleep. And then you wake up and that believer comes back again and basically says, oh, I feel shitty today. What do I have to do today? Oh, I don't want to go to work. Then it creates this narrative, a maintenance of that believer as real. But when you see that it's just a gossip or a rumor, it's not true, it's just a suggestion, it's a liar. Nothing that it's saying is true. Then when you see that it's just this echo of darkness or shadow of whatever, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just this playful, mischievous energy. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing at all. It's nothing at all. But seemingly we grab a hold of that one and we take it into our personality. So the belief becomes exponentially another belief by holding on to that belief. And there's another belief that I have anxiety. I have belief that there's something can happen. There's another belief that how do we get rid of this? There's another belief that, you know, so it's just a whole bunch of empty beliefs. And if you look at it, it's really nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look at it.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. It doesn't have any basis. Even scientifically, they will never find a thought. No one has ever captured a thought. It's not real.
No, I've seen that. I've seen that just thoughts are so random. They
Yeah,
just
they
come.
are.
It's
They're like
just like,
bubbles. They come and they pop, and another one comes up and it pops again. Another one comes up. It's like when you're drinking a soda, you know, there's the water, the fizzle.
yeah.
And then at night it goes flat.
Yeah.
It's not
So
real.
so so
It's just
so
fizzle.
so this is a dream.
This is a dream. Yeah.
This is a dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And you will never, you know, when you're dreaming at night, everything feels absolutely real. You don't question if it's a dream.
no.
Yeah, this is the same. You never really woke up because there's no you that woke up. This is the continuous dream. So, you know, a dream within a dream. For example, have you had those dreams that you think that you've woken up, but you're still in the dream?
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
wake up again? This is just another one of those. And then if you look at it, you know, if you look at your day, you don't even remember what you did yesterday or the other day. You remember maybe 10%, 20% at best of what happened during that day
Yeah.
because it's a dream, because it's not real. The whole Daniel Vargas is a dream. Everything that you have ever thought about yourself is not real. So it's like emptiness or God that sorry, just a second. Emptiness or God that kind of like is in a Halloween costume as Daniel Vargas, pretending to be Daniel. And it's in it, you know what I'm saying? And it's such a persistent and the costume is so real that it can't get out of it. because it's not even Daniel, it's just really emptiness pretending to be Daniel. I recently like doing this one-on-ones. It's like, this is your, this was your safe word. When you basically say, when I get really tired of this, can I do this one-on-one? So here it is. This is emptiness revealing itself as emptiness.
I want to say so many things, but they just at the same time
Just a second.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can do because everything that you do is a dream. You're not even doing anything. Are you doing anything when you're dreaming at night?
No.
No, this is the same. Do
So
you have any
this,
free will? Do you have any free will or choice at night?
no.
No. Is
No,
there
just
time? Is there time at night? No, it's
no.
not real. Is anything real at all?
No.
No. There you go. This is a dream.
Well, this is way better if it's a dream.
It is. It is. Well, you can't change the dream. You know what I'm saying? Better or worse, it's just a dream. It doesn't matter right or wrong, it's a dream. Anxiety or not is a dream. It doesn't matter because it's not
So
real.
this is all dream material,
It is,
including
yeah.
body,
Yeah.
including the feelings and the thoughts. It's all part of the
Everything. That's why it's non-duality, not dual, not two.
it's just outside of this talk, it's so reinforced that it's
Oh,
real.
because like in a dream at night, this is the lucid part of your dreaming, you know what I'm saying? Where you basically
Oh,
you're like, this is the lucid part of the dreaming. That's why you can like, and then you go back into the dream again, and all of a sudden it's like nonstop, you get a bill from tax or whatever, and you have to pay it. You have to you have to have an argument with someone, but none of it is real. None
so
of it
when
is real.
they're looking at Emerson, there's really nobody there. It's empty, it's
Yeah,
just by itself.
yeah. When you close this computer or your phone, this does not exist. It's not real at all. Yeah. This is
It's
like a glitch. This is like a glitch in the system. Emptiness saying hello.
this is an amazing glitch. This is this is so cool. I mean,
Yeah, it is. That's why I laugh a lot, because there's nothing that's taken seriously anymore. It's beautiful. And if it's sad as hell. You know what I'm saying? For example,
yeah,
when like when I don't know if you have a dream, Daniel, that you cry at night and you wake up with tears on your pillow because you thought someone died. And then you wake up and nothing happened.
yeah. This is
Yeah. Yeah. So that felt absolutely real, just how this is absolutely real, but it's not real at the same time. So there's this happening, and this is not happening at the same time. This is real and not real at the same time.
so whatever projections I have of the world and certain circumstances that stress me or
They're not
or
real. They're just dream
it's
stuff.
just complete dream, complete.
It is a total dream. A total dream. And there's no dreamer, because God is not an entity. It's not a being. It's everything. It's an insult, thinking that God is, a being. No, it's in everything. You will never even figure it out, because how can you figure out itself? It doesn't have to figure out itself. It is itself already. So it appears as this 8 billion, it appears as plants, it appears as air, it appears as glass, it appears as voice, it appears as feelings, it appears as anxiety, it appears as panic attacks. It's in everything.
It feels like Emerson appeared to like, hey, listen.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like the same system appeared to say like, hey.
Yeah. It's just, you know what? It's nothing really. This is the ordinary magic, the miracle, right? That this is happening. There's nothing that needs to be figured out. Relax, rest in peace. There's no Daniel, right? Anxiety might happen, but it's just it will just it's just a dream. It's not real until it loses its um weight. Because when I was still having those anxiety and everything, and then one day I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even notice it. I was like, I haven't had any anxiety. I talk about that in some of my meetings. It's like I was carrying a backpack of rocks and I don't even know where I dropped it.
Yeah, I carry anxiety, and there
Yeah,
was this
this is
where I
this is
felt
where this is where you drop it.
right. Right.
Yeah, this is empty. Everything that you're looking at is emptiness. Everything that you're feeling is emptiness. Every function that you have is emptiness. Emptiness having a dream of, as Daniel, but there's not even a Daniel. There's just this, you know, the dream of reality, the dream of separation, the dream of planet Earth, the dream of universe. There's not even a universe. It's in the dream. Everything that you see, it's like it's a complete fantasy. It's not
Oh
happening.
man. Oh, oh, there's there's something in here that is taking everything so serious. It's such a heaviness.
Yeah, but that's also the dream. See, that's the dream that I'm talking about. It feels real, but it's also a dream. That something in there is also a dream. Everything is a dream.
That's part of it.
Yeah, it is. Everything is in the dream. So even that heaviness, that taking it seriously is it. It doesn't like this lucidity right now because it can't maintain its reality, doesn't it? That's the heaviness. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
It
like, what? Nobody
what
told me this before.
no, because it's a dream. Everyone in the dream is dreaming, but they're not even there, meaning that it's a dream character. There's no one here.
That's the kicker. No one's there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Cheers.
cheers.
How did you hear this communication? How did you encounter this speaker?
Yeah. So I started listening to like Tony Parsons, and then it's just YouTube algorithm knows me well,
Oh
so it
yeah,
started
yeah.
showing Tim Kliss, and Andres Mueller, Theo, and then Emerson, and then when Emerson popped out, I was just glued to the I was glued. I was just, and what I like is that when it's just it's 3 hours long, so it's or two, I don't know. So it's just kind of you melt into it little by little.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it's the apparent appearance in the dream where there is just this um clarity.
so there's not even any distance. That's
No,
just the thought.
that's just a thought. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say most things are thoughts or everything.
Everything is a thought. Yeah.
Like everything, like if I think, oh well, he's over there and I'm over here,
That's
that's
just yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Yeah. If you really notice it, the one there's no one, but the seeing is still. Everything is still if you look around and there's movement, right? So there's stillness in the vision and there's movement happening at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. Wow, yeah.
Yeah. It's still, it's dynamic stillness. So what's seeing and what's being seen is not separate.
So the seeing and what is aware of, it's made out of the same thing.
The same thing, yeah. There's no distance between them.
There's just seemingly a distance.
Seemingly an illusion of a distance, but there's no distance.
Where am I?
It's in a dream. There's no where in the dream. There's no when in the dream.
There's no
There's
such
no
thing as like
how.
someone having this dream after this that's just dream
Yeah. It's just
for no reason.
it's a singular dream. Is there a reason for a dream? No. It just happens.
Just
Now
happens.
you're understanding what Tony Parsons is saying, right? Nothing is happening.
He's so direct with that.
Yeah. All that there is this. There's nothing outside of this. You can add all that there is this dream. There's nothing outside of this dream.
The outside, it's like a concept too.
Yes, there's no outside, there's no inside. You know, when you said that everything is nothing, everything is just a dream.
Oh, everything. I never understood everything is nothing. It kind
Yeah,
of hit me now.
yeah,
Everything is nothing.
yeah.
Huh?
Everything is just a dream. It's nothing.
Feels like an ayahuasca trip or something.
I'm getting good at this. The other day it was before it was like a mushroom trip, it became a DMT trip. Now it's ayahuasca. I'm just joking. There's no one getting better at this.
Oh, that's right.
So
So
everything that I speak, everything that I talk about is not true because it's a dream. It's not also false because it's a dream. It's beyond, any understanding. That's what I'm saying. You will never understand it because an understanding will be an understanding in a dream understanding, a dream knowing, a dream awakening, a dream whatever, right? This is a dream. So everything that happens in a dream is a dream. And that's when you see that it's beginning to look like paradise because you're like, oh, wow, meaning that everything is just perfect as it is.
yeah, like things have shapes and it's it looks kind of incredible.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's incredible? Just this, huh? This is paradise. Welcome. Paradise is this way, that way, and this way, and this way, and here. It's everywhere.
Why would I? Why? Why would I cover myself?
Well, for no reason.
I like
Do
this,
they
but this
need
is
a
way
reason?
better.
What's that?
I think this is way better. This is
Yeah. Now there's no more filter, right? It's like your mask is gone. It just sees it as it is. Seeing the emptiness as it is.
dream speaker.
Yes.
There, there's like a recognition of something in things.
It's all empty. So it's emptiness recognizing itself in things as empty.
Oh. How do I stay like this? How do I know that's a silly question. I know that's a silly question. I know the answer. You can't stay in this, but it's like I'm with
whatever it is always is. So it might appear as gloom and cloudy the next day. It might appear as this. And this is just kind of like, and this is just a story as well. This is the part of your dream that there's this lucidity, that emptiness is looking at itself and saying, "Hello, what's up?"
oh hey.
Hey.
This is pretty cool.
Isn't it? Yeah.
You feel like a faraway friend that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. Well, it's always been here. Emptiness is always here. It never disappears. It's always it feels home, right? It feels like you're home finally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like home. I feel like you're like a buddy
Yeah.
that yeah.
Yeah. Equality.
Yeah.
Emptiness to emptiness. Yeah. I'm no teacher. I'm just an empty friend.
I love you, man. I really do. I really love you so much. So cool. This is oh
You know what? Sometimes walking around is so beautiful when you see the emptiness and everything. The trees are empty, the clouds are empty, and it's just this beautiful, visual paradise, auditory paradise, right? That it just appears as it is. So whatever is always as it is. It's always emptiness. Emptiness can never leave. Emptiness is always this presence, and it's in everything. It's in the apparent. It's in all. It
it's like
cannot.
it's inescapable. Wherever you look, that's it
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. You can look anywhere. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Bingo. Hooray. Well.
I I know there's sometimes it just comes and it's I see clearly, and sometimes it's just like it's like I, I am bubble my own mind, like or myself. I don't know.
Yeah. So it creates a narrative of sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a narrative when it's always this.
Okay. So what I'm doing is narrating myself, encapsulating in a
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. You're catching it now, right?
Yeah, yeah. That oh my God, that's so good to know.
Yeah.
Catch myself in a story, and I can notice it. It's like my mind is going like, and it's like the gears of the mind, and that's where my attention is. And from there, I
Yeah.
start looking everywhere
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
instead of just that
You're just
whatever.
you're seeing through the illusion of what you thought was reality. Now it's a transparent illusion that it appears as whatever, but it's always emptiness.
So it's okay. So this is what I feel I know that this is not real, completely 100% not real.
Yes.
And everything, it is not what it is. It is made out
Yes.
of the same thing, but it's not what it is.
Yes. It's the singularity appearing as multiplicity.
That's something, but it's not really like a monitor or
No.
plastic, or it's
No.
not literally that. It's just, it apparently looks like that, but it's made out of the same fabric of everything else.
Exactly. Everything is the same.
Even this body.
Yeah. It's all illusion. It's also empty at the same time. So the illusion is also emptiness.
So when I look at the mirror,
Yeah.
what is looking at the mirror?
It's just wholeness looking at itself.
Like I'm looking through the eyes,
it's just an illusion. It's like there's nothing behind the eyes. This is singular.
oh, so there's
Yeah.
the mirror doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's not that it's a reflection. There's just,
Yeah.
it's being
Yeah.
existing.
Yeah. It's just everything is an illusion. So everything that you see in the mirror, everything, it's an all-inclusive illusion. It's a perfect illusion. Now you just figured it out that it's an illusion. You cracked the code, so to speak. Hooray!
I cracked the code. The thing here is that,
So you're creating a story again.
right. Okay.
It's done already. It's done already. It's broken. The spell is broken. It will keep on running until it doesn't.
That's what it happens because it happened before. So what happens, like, whoa, I could see Emerson and he's pointing and I can see clearly, and then session is done, and then I'm like, oh, what was that? It goes back to the story.
You're creating another story right now to maintain the story. The story is already broken. It doesn't exist. You see what I'm trying to point out here?
Okay.
So whatever it is it is. And the stories will come, but their stories are not real.
So, okay. So how do I break the story?
Well, since this is not real, how could you break something that's not real? It's an illusion. So it's a dream. So who cares? So what? It's like you're asking me, the car is running by itself. It's an imaginary car. You're like, well, how do you put on the brakes? Who cares? You're not driving it. Enjoy the ride, man.
Right.
This is emptiness running the show. Well, there's no one running the show. It's just emptiness appearing as this. It's just this wholeness. It's stunning that there's no one here. You try to come up with stories, but it will keep on trying to come up, but that's emptiness trying to put on another clothes. It's like it's just basically got, revealed as empty, and it puts on another kind of like Daniel Vargas, saying, what if this, what if, after this talk, it comes back again, but that's just a story again, because there's nothing after this talk. It's always going to be the same. The focus is shook up. It's not on what is changing. The focus, well, there's no one focusing, but what's seen is that this is stillness. Kind of like what I said before, this is stillness. And everything that's moving is not real.
So, okay, even if story happens, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. But I usually, I don't usually, this is not a recommendation. You can do whatever you want. But usually people that have this, seeming kind of like, seeing, just watch some of the videos that I put out. Watch the longer format one. You know what I'm saying? Like the 4-day one, the 3-day one. I have one coming up in December as well. But just watch them. Most of them are free. You know what I'm saying? On the YouTube.
Is it the ones that you have in YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can say you the 5-day one as well that everybody seems to. It's really brutal though. It's really
Ah.
brutal. You can take it?
Yeah. No, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Because I sent it to a person, that asked for it and basically said, "Oh, I can't stand it. It's too brutal." Because it challenges every belief system that you have until it's pulverized.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's very, yes. Oh, this is great. Oh, man.
Feels great though, huh?
Yeah. I just never knew, but there's like tendencies of like there's a tendency of like a creeping of something like story or something, some belief.
Of course, because
This keeps saying, I'm
that's
like,
the
what?
illusion. That's the illusion, right? The illusion is to maintain that it's real. That's why it's a
Like,
perfect illusion.
yeah.
It will keep up coming with the story that, oh, this is, after Emerson speaks, there'll be no more, and that's just a story. Again, anything that will come up is not true. It's a dream,
Sounds true.
but it feels absolutely real at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just laugh a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh man, this is
Laughing is,
hilarious.
I love when you laugh. It's so cool. even that just kind of does something happens, I guess, with just laughter. Yeah.
Because it's not serious. It's
Oh,
not
that's
serious
right.
at all.
That's
Yeah.
not
It's a
serious.
dream. It's not serious. So everything that will come up is a dream and it's not serious. I've even laughed at my fingers getting caught up in a garage door and it's turning blue. And I'm like, oh fuck, that's pain. And I started laughing at it because it's gonna suck in the dream, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I even thought that I was gonna lose my fingers, right? But it did not, but I was just laughing at it because it feels absolutely painful, but I also know that it's not, well, I don't know. There's also a seeing that it's not real.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like you're a character in a show,
Okay.
but there's no one behind the character. It's all emptiness appearing as a character.
Yeah, I could tell there's like a seriousness here because
Yeah.
there's yeah.
See, that's what I mean. It's so
Yeah.
funny, right?
Hmm.
That there is a seriousness there after we talked about, this is nothing serious because it tries to maintain it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
what are
yeah.
you doing? Like, it creeps up and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
But you know what? It's just emptiness having a conversation with itself because emptiness is pretending that it's not emptiness and it's maintaining that it's not emptiness by adding seriousness. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all
For no reason.
emptiness for no reason. It's all emptiness doing all of this and not doing it at the same time. It's just an appearance.
It's just
Nothing is
automatic.
happening.
Automatic.
Automatic. Automatic happening for no reason whatsoever and for no purpose, for no meaning, just for the fun of it. If you look at it, really, it's the fun of it. It doesn't really, really, really matter. It doesn't really, really matter. It's just an appearance. So when you see that it's just an appearance, it's not really happening, meaning that there's no reality to it, then there's just this, oh my goodness, so what? So what? Right? You're like, oh wow, this is nuts. That it seems like it is real, but it's also not real. It's just a fantasy. It's just a play.
Wow. I mean, it's like the intense seriousness. It's just, that's crazy. Like,
Yeah. As I said, before, like I used to think that I was carrying this big backpack of seriousness. And then one day I'm like, oh, that seriousness is gone. It's heavy.
I mean, you didn't do anything. It just kind of like dissipated.
Yeah, yeah.
Like one day
Because it's
you
not
woke up.
because it's not real. Is seriousness really real? No,
Uh-huh.
it's not real. It's empty. It's just a word. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it fluctuates again. Wow.
Well, it is always going to be fluctuating, kind of like the weather outside, right?
Mm. Yeah.
It's like the weather outside. There's just basically here, there's just a lucidity in this apparent dream saying that, hey, emptiness, what's up? That's basically it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like, oh, I get it. And then something goes like, and something switches. It's like, what?
Yeah. Because it's a persistent illusion, right? Reality is a persistent illusion. It's not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
It's just it's persistent, meaning it's not real because it comes in up and no, up and no. So it's not real. So the only thing that is completely permanent is emptiness, if you notice it.
So I did notice it from this vessel. It was becoming like spacious and light
There's no vessel.
or
As
whatever. Yeah.
yeah. So this is all, the one that's talking right now is emptiness. The one that hears it is emptiness. Everyone that you'll be talking to is emptiness. Everyone that you meet is emptiness. And emptiness is reacting to emptiness. And it's unconditional reaction because it's all empty. It's a dream. It doesn't mean anything. It's just completely meaningless.
Not even speaking because it's just dreaming that it makes sense, but
Yeah, but there's no sound here. This is silence appearing as sound.
it almost feels like really stepping back and seeing everything
Yeah, as it is. Yeah. Well, there's no one stepping back,
oh, what
and
that,
there's no
yeah.
one stepping back. Yeah, it is what it is, no matter what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sti-
I'll send you that video,
Yes.
Danielle. I'll send you this videos. Maybe in a couple of hours because I have another one-on-one after this. But
Okay.
love you, man.
Man, I really appreciate you. By any chance, are you doing any like retreats?
I am. I'm doing. Whereabouts are you? You're somewhere
I'm in
in.
Texas, in the United
You're in
States.
Texas. I
Yeah.
have one in December 10 and 11, in person one
Oh, we're at
in Toronto, Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you can come here, but if not, you can go online as well.
And just check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
announce it later today, But love you,
Great.
man.
Love
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.